Okay, we're officially up and going. So I am so proud of myself. I am so proud of myself, me and my tech stuff. Oh, yes. I used to have people to do that for me, but now I'm like, no, I have to do this get up. I don't want everybody getting up this early. So, good morning, ladies. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Look, I have to apologize. We have missed a couple of Thursdays. Mm, mm, mm. Somewhere in there was Mardi Gras week. I don't know. It's just a lot going on. You all know my husband is a pastor. We do some traveling, but I still have to apologize because, like I said, somewhere in there, we have missed some weeks, a lot of weeks. Anyway, if you are just now joining on and you have never heard of me and you don't know who I am, somebody gave you this number, you saw a Facebook flyer, a Facebook post, something of that nature, and you were just like, who is this lady? They said you need to just jump on, listen to her while you're getting ready for work, getting ready for school, heading out, and you're like, oh, or if you're listening to this via YouTube some weeks or some months later, I am nobody special. I am nobody important. I'm just one woman who loves God. I have one husband, five sons. I love my church, love the Lord, love the family, love everybody. And so I just have a heart to see women happy, healthy, whole, and healed. And that's three H's and one W. Happy, healthy, whole, and healed. And that whole is a W. And this is what I say, it is a W, just depends on what school you went to. Okay. Happy, healthy, whole, and healed is my goal for women. And I just love it. I have been a woman my entire life, have not changed anything. Don't plan on it. And I have been in places where I have been unhappy. I have been unhealed. I have not been whole. And there have been moments when I felt like I was not healthy. I was unhealthy. So I want women to be all of those things in your singleness and even if you're married. I pray, we have prayer and discussion with the married ladies on Tuesday and single ladies on Thursday. Originally, it was supposed to be praying with wives on Tuesday and Thursdays. But the single ladies rose up and said, we are important as well. Okay. So, yes, you are. Yes, you are. So, single ladies, we have been going through the marriage vows because this is something that I wish someone had done for me before we got married. Before I got married, I had some of you know this testimony. I had two different marriage premarital counseling sessions before marriage, one with my pastor, which was very, 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 like I was by myself, pastor and I, had two. We had one with my pastor, and we had not one, but we had several sessions of counseling with my pastor, and we had one with his pastor. And so, just depending on your church and your denomination, you may not receive premarital counseling. They may not care about that. Um, Depending on whether or not you're in church at all, you may not receive premarital counseling because you're thinking that that's not important um, before marriage. Because I'm expecting the single ladies on here to get married, if that's your goal. Then, if you in some places you may have long sessions of premarital counseling. My pastor was big on premarital counseling, so we had maybe 5, 6 to 7 sessions with them on premarital counseling weeks, once a week before we were married. But then my husband, he's missionary Baptist. They were not studying premarital counseling. Okay, hey, how y'all doing? Y'all finna get married? All right, get married. Um, and that was that for us. So just depending on your life right now, your lifestyle, your denomination, and your church, you may not receive it or you may not have received it. But I'm going to tell you now, it is very important for you to have premarital counseling. And so that is how this prayer discussion turned into premarital counseling for single ladies before you get married. And I am now going through the marriage vows with the married folk, the married women, to remind them of the vows that they have taken before marriage. And I'm going through the marriage vows with single ladies, with you all, so that you will know what you're saying and what you will be getting into when you get married. Okay. And so so far, we have done to have and to hold, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer was the last one that we did. And so now today we're going to do in sickness and in health. And this is the stuff that you will say, and this is the stuff that your spouse will say. To you, your husband's going to say these things as well. And you need to know when you're saying to have and to hold, for better or for worse, for richer or for poor, in sickness and in health, you're saying, hey, we're in this thing together no matter what happens. And you need to have a visual in your mind of what could happen, what these things will be, because in sickness and in health used to be for a certain age group. I'm quiet for a minute because I'm gonna drink me a little water. I have a little essential water. You know, my husband's a pastor. He a little bougie with his water, so he lets me drink some of his little bougie water. um but I want you to have, I'm gonna give you a minute of that, because in sickness and in health used to be for a certain age group. Hmm. Yes, it did. I grew up in the 80s and 90s. I'm an older millennial baby, is what I would be considered an older millennial. I'm a millennial who birthed a millennial. Isn't that something? And so when I grew up, and there are some of you on the line who are about my age, we didn't see a lot of younger people who were sick. And it actually was really kind of strange if you did. Like, we didn't know when we were younger, we didn't know if our friends had diabetes that were young. We didn't know that because they still thrived, they still played sports, they still did stuff. I had a friend that had asthma and lung issues, and I had no clue because he played sports so much. And so during our time, we didn't see sickness in young